Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have my husband. He's gonna do Halloween makeup. So we'll see how he'll do. So if I were to look forward, I'm gonna have to close my eyes from now on because he doesn't want me to see. So if you want to see how what he creates, keep on watching.
But if you want her to do my makeup, comment and like
What I should do on
what she should do on me.
again.
No more girl makeup. That's I'm not like that no more.
Those are what I was trying to get with her.
Yeah, I got her. She's locked for life. Yeah, I got her. She's locked for life.
What would you say was the hardest the first year of marriage?
You already know what the hardest part was. As our kid.
Oh yeah, we never talked about that.
Mm-mm. That's why I feel this year's gonna be special. The Day of the Dead. The first day is the Day de los Inocentes, which is any kid that's lost or any babies and stuff like that, like angels basically, that young age.
December of 2018, we found out we were pregnant. No, we found out we were pregnant in November. It was the day before Thanksgiving. And we were pregnant until like the end of December, kind of.
Yeah, mid-December when we found out it was kind of.
We're like miscarrying, and it was upsetting because we were so excited. I had texted my friend Miriam because I was at the hospital. I was at the ER. Now we're just,
dirty.
that's okay. Me toca bañar. Just kidding. And I texted her. I was like, "Hey, can you go get me a Raider shirt?" But she had things to do. So then I was able to get out of the ER, like the hospital, on time. And I went to Target, and my phone was at 1%. So I tried to record as much as I could. And later on, maybe I'll show you guys like our reveals of like how we told our family and the little things. But I got him Raider shirts for our baby, and some little moccasins, and I gave them to him in the McDonald's bag. And then he started crying. He was excited, and I think I was already bleeding, huh?
No, it was the beginning. You weren't bleeding yet. A little bit.
I think it was a little, because then I told my parents because I was worried. So
that was the second time that you were worried. The first time it was okay. The first time didn't feel like that. The first time was okay.
Yeah. So then it was just so stressful because it was like appointment after appointments. I had to miss like 2 weeks of work because they weren't gonna do the DNC, and it was just a mess. So I was already like 2 months and a half, I think, pregnant, and we lost the baby at that time. So then we're like, okay, we're not gonna want to get pregnant. Like, you know what? We'll just not get pregnant. July. Tell them what happened in July about the guy. Well, he saw him like a month before, but
I saw some guy. He told me, he's like, "Hey man, I was dropping off some clothes, donating them. Clothes that didn't fit me or that I didn't wear." And then he's like, "Hey man, you look really happy. You're a happy dude. You have a really good smile. Like your eyes tell me you're a good dude, and that you have a lot of pain." And then he's like, "There's a lot of joy in your life, in your like basically your spirit." He's like, "I know you haven't got the help you wished you got." He's like, "But things are gonna change for you in July." And I was at a shitty job. The guy was a racist. He would treat the workers bad, and so I was always coming home sad, and like I'd always fight with him and stuff. I'd fight for him, like I'd fight with him because of the workers. Like I didn't like how he was treating them, and the workers would complain to me that, you know, they were being disrespected, and you know, like I was still hurting about her baby. Like every day I would cry. And so the guy told me, he's like, "Oh, I read people's fortune just by looking in their eyes." And so I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like,
all creeped out.
yeah, I was like, "That's cool, you know, like you do you." He's like, "You want me to tell you the rest of your future?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to. I don't have time right now. Like, I'm trying to go to the gym." And then he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna tell you something right off the bat. There's someone with evil eyes that's trying to hurt you, and they're coming after you. He's like, that person will never try to fight you. but that person hates you basically. And then yeah, he's like, just be careful. That person's never gonna fight you, but be really careful of them. Turns out that person was probably the guy at work that I replaced. They made him my assistant manager and I was manager. And so
Yeah, so he
it ended up being that he got me fired, and he was happy when I got fired.
and this was in July,
This,
so
this was exactly in July.
he was having already a shitty fucking month. So
I'm watching Hard Knocks because of the Raiders, and there's a scene with I'm not gonna name the player, but the player's showing up to camp, and he shows up in a hot air balloon in the sky.
player we don't want to talk about.
There's a cloud. There's a cloud, and it looks like an ultrasound of a baby.
Oh, show them. You have it on your phone.
I don't have it right now. It would be hard to find. So I see a baby in the sky. Turns out we're pregnant again. Turns out
I'm a crack.
I did get fired because that guy with evil eyes didn't like me. And so the next thing that was gonna happen was the guy said, he's like, you're gonna get that big break you always wanted. Everything's gonna line up for you. Like, you've always helped people. People are gonna help you. And at first I was really mad that I got fired. So then I was like, you know what? Like, whatever, like, if everything else is coming out true, then I can't wait to be helped like he said I was. Nothing really happened.
Well, he got a job. Like, a job he didn't like,
No,
because it was
that
a
was-
desk job.
Oh yeah, I got a desk job. Those people were nice. They helped me out. But it wasn't in the way that I thought. Like, I was expecting something big to change, because 2 months later we had another miscarriage, and so I was just really bummed out, and I stopped like not believing, but I stopped following like horoscopes and stuff, because it's like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and you know, like, it's just
Like,
life. You know, life's gonna take its course, and you always have to try to be like the best person you can be anyways.
like my mom would tell him, this baby's like bringing you luck. And
I didn't expect to lose that baby, because I had already seen that baby, and I had just
it was so different.
I had just complained to my wife. I'm like, I kind of envied her, like, not envied her, but it's like, you got to carry our baby a little bit, so you got to at least, you know, say goodbye and feel him. Like, I never knew what he looked like. I never felt him or anything. And like, this second baby, it was like everything was about me. Like, he was making everything happen. If I was short on money for bills, I had to get a big Uber ride or whatever. Like, he was making it happen, and I knew it was him and God. And then ever since then, I kind of just had, like, where good things always have been happening. So I kind of feel like that's what they probably meant, that I was always going to get help. I have, like, an angel looking over me.
And this pregnancy lasted like 3 months, but the baby was marking smaller. And we found out August 7th or 8th, because it was around the time my niece's birthday. And when we found out, like, because we went to the gym, and I told them I can't do this exercise because it's hurting my stomach, where like my lady parts are, and I'm like, I can't. And he's like, come on, you can do more weight. I'm like, I can't, like, leave me alone, like, I can't. So then we went home. We went to Target. What else? Did you even do anything?
No, you're good.
We went to Target.
You want to look in the mirror? That's the only thing you can look.
We went to Target, and I told him, oh, I need tampons, because I was spotting
TMI.
whatever, but this is the whole point. So then he was like, okay. And I was like, it's kind of weird, because it's not regular. Like, it's not like a regular period. So he's like, go get a pregnancy test. So I'm all ready. I go get a pregnancy test. We get home. I take it, and I took a video, and I was just crying. And I was in shock. And I told my husband, he was in shock. Like, he just was like...
I didn't want to go through it again.
Yeah. So then later on, he does break down, because it's like, dang, like, it hit him, like, we're pregnant. And it just felt different. It felt like everything was going to be okay. And I was spotting. But we were checking my HCG levels, my hormones, and they tripled. They tripled, and within like 2 days instead of doubling. And we didn't go to the doctor for a month. I was still spotting, but it wasn't too much. Like, okay, you know what? If God wants us to have this baby, everything's gonna be okay. That we don't need to go to the doctor. Like, everything's gonna be fine. So it wasn't until like the end of that month. Was it at the hospital? Yeah, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We went to the hospital. My levels were at 143, 146. they only went up to 245. So it didn't increase or tripled as it should have. I should have been like in the thousands. And we were heartbroken because we're like, okay, like now what? Like what's gonna happen? So we were at the doctor's office, the ER, so much just because we needed to check my levels, and my levels were only rising little by little. The highest I think was like around 350, 360, and then a week after that they just started dropping. And it was upsetting because we had gone to a Raider game, and we're like, oh, you know, next time, like, we'll be able to buy the baby something, you know. And it's crazy how things happen, because it was the last year, it's the last year that Raiders are going to be at the Raider Stadium, and we're going to be able to buy them something from here. And it was just a lot. And we're like, oh, we can take our pictures here, like our like baby reveal that we're going to have a baby. And we had so many ideas because we thought that everything was going to be okay. It all felt okay. I wasn't as bad as the first pregnancy, and it was a lot of stress because we weren't getting answers. My husband would even fight with the doctors. But
because they think that they know it all. They don't know shit.
yeah,
They think that you go in there not knowing what to expect, like how procedures work or what is it. And so they'd be like, oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen. Just keep following up, basically. Stuff happens, just have faith, you know, but it looks like everything's going well. And I'm like, no, like, she's fucking bleeding, like, you dumbass, like, check. He's like, oh, no, but all the tests point that, like, she's okay. I'm like, medicine isn't indefinitive. It's the first fucking rule they teach you when you become a doctor. And then he was just like, well, you're right. And he kind of got butthurt when I told him that, because he thought he could pull a sly one on me. And I was just mad because, like, it's like, dude, like, if you're not going to fight for my kid, then I will. And I'll fuck you up right now because I hate you. But, yeah, it was just stuff like that.
and then I felt like they were just trying to find things to find, like, a reason of, like, this is why it's happening to you. And I've never, ever, ever been told I had a heart uterus. So I think it's called a bicoordinated uterus. So a regular uterus is like this, mine's like this. So it doesn't give it a lot of space for the baby to grow, develop. But at the same time, it's like you're born with it. So I should have been aware ever since, you know, I was born, and also when I get my pelvic exams. And even the last pregnancy, they didn't say anything regarding that. So I'm going to be getting studies done, but...
Me too.
But it's like we can get pregnant.
Easy.
But we don't know what's going on in our anatomy, and it's hard. Because so many people around us get pregnant, and
it's because she got me into, like, watching videos of, like, her favorite YouTube vloggers and how they're vlogging, like, oh, like, we're pregnant, oh, here's a reveal, oh, here's, like, baby shower, oh, the baby's won. I'm like, fuck, that's easy. Like, oh, okay, cool, like, that looks fun, I can't wait to do that. And then it's like, bam, you can't.
Yeah, we already had so many ideas, like. And it's okay, like, I know a lot of people have gone through this, and it's okay to have ideas because at least you have memories, like, you know. And it sucks that we weren't able to see the baby. The baby was too small. But I still believe if you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And it's a life, and it's a baby. And we fought.
We saw him.
Yeah, there were so many signs. Like, it's crazy. I didn't see that hot air balloon thing that he was mentioning until later on.
And I had come that day from work really sad because I had just fought with the doctor with my boss because he was being a dick, and all I was looking forward to was just watching the Raiders. And yep, sure enough, I see him there, and I'm like, what? What if I'm pregnant?
He got all crazy. He's like, babe, and I was like,
she was asleep.
What?
She wouldn't wake up. I was like, whatever then.
But.
And I was like, it's okay. I think you're pregnant. Go to sleep.
He thought he was going crazy, but everybody he asked, everybody but me,
saw the baby.
Saw it. My mom saw it. My sister-in-laws, my brothers, his mom, like everybody. And my husband did so much. He He would clean the room. He would do the laundry. He bought us meal preps. Like, he tried to keep me as healthy as possible. And
Porque a alguien nomás le gusta comer. Dinner, hashiros. Lunch, hashiros. Breakfast, hashiros.
Yeah, but
Y una coquita de dieta.
like my stomach, I couldn't wear jeans anymore. It was so bad. Like, I was getting fat already. Well, I was bloating a lot. But I mean, we have our baby's shirt from the first pregnancy, and we have it at the very end of my husband's closet. And then I hate going into his closet because when I see it, I'm just like, you know, it's upsetting. It's like, it's what could have been.
Question time. If you knew everything that was gonna happen, would you still have got married?
Yeah. Why not? Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just kidding. Psych. Jinx, yo me bag of hot Cheetos.
Estás a dieta, amiga. Ya estás a dieta. No puedes. Ay, señora, disculpe, estoy casado. No me toques, señora. I'm married.
Oh my goodness. So that's our life update.
Okay, open your eyes.
I can see now?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like I scared you. What does it say, love?
Yeah. Your eyelashes, under your eyes, and your eyes, I try to do a heart and a cross. Look down.
This is the final look. So thank you guys for watching. So see you guys next video once I do his makeup, and comment por favor so I can do.
Comment what you want though.
So let me know. I'm interested of what we should do.